Heather Krempel. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Indiana Wants Me, where we talk about Indiana and the Hoosier state and why Indiana is a great place to be and to work and to live and to minister. You have an organization. It's an organization called From This Day Forward. You were recommended to us. It's a wedding plan. It's a wedding. You're a wedding. Are you a wedding planner?
We're a little bit of everything. So wedding planning assistance is one of our services that we offer. But we are a nonprofit, faith-based, volunteer-driven organization. And we help not just with weddings, but any kind of special event. So anybody that maybe is celebrating some sort of special event in their life, but maybe life's throwing them some big curveballs financially, or maybe they're moving things up because of medical emergencies or military deployment or a whole slew of other circumstances. And so we really specialize in helping individuals in some sort of need, whatever that means. And that definition of need is different for everybody. So we don't really say you have to be in some crisis mode. Anybody's welcome to come visit us. But yes, so wedding planning or planning, a special event planning is one of our services that we do offer.
And you have 1,000 wedding dresses behind you.
Yeah, you can see here, I'm down our little wedding dress alley. This is not even all of them by any means. We are bursting at the seams. So we have
How many wedding dresses do you have?
Oh gosh.
Take a wild guess.
I would say maybe close to 300. And I don't even have them all here. We have some that we don't have room to bring in yet. It's been amazing. So 90% of this, or even closer to 95%, has been donated. And so we offer our boutique. We also have, here, I'll switch to this side. We've got prom and special event on this side as well.
People get married, and the old school method was to hold on to your wedding dress and maybe theoretically to give it to your daughter, I guess. Or daughter-in-law, maybe. But I guess nowadays there's more of especially with you in town here in Allen. You're in Allen County, correct?
We are in Allen County, yeah.
And you're especially in Huntertown.
We are. We have a Fort Wayne address, but we are really in the strips of Huntertown, the big old city of Huntertown.
Sherry Myers recommended you. She is a well-grounded cafe. How many? And I'm guessing you're 5 feet, 10 feet. 56 feet away from her shop.
We're in the next strip north of her coffee shop. So we frequent there a lot. We see Sherry a lot.
So right off of Highway 3, which is Lima Road, going north out of Fort Wayne. And so you hang a left going north, correct?
Yep. You take and then you veer off into that old 3, and we're the very northmost strip.
How long have you been married?
It'll be 10 years this June. So.
And when did you get your? How many types of, generally speaking, how many types of 50% of your business and your work is wedding, or 60%? Take a wild guess.
This time of year, it's heading into wedding season, so I would say probably a good maybe 80% of our events right now are wedding related, whether it's bridal shower, wedding, something like that. Although we do right now is prom season too. So we've had a couple of proms. We did help with the Night to Shine Tim Tebow Foundation prom for individuals with special needs a couple weeks ago in February. So but right now, we're heading into wedding season. So weddings are definitely on our minds. Most of our items, we do have some brand new items with tags. Most of them are gently used, and we do cater towards those that maybe aren't able to afford a brand new dress, or maybe they don't want to spend a ton on a brand new dress. But all of the proceeds from our boutique go right back in towards our organization. So we always like to say you're shopping for a cause here. And then we do, we care very deeply about every person that walks through this door. We've been so honored to be with the bride that says yes to her dress. We're so honored to be with the 8th grader that maybe this is their very first dance they're ever going to, and they're really body conscious, don't want to try on anything, and mom's at the end of her rope because they can't find a dress. But we're able to help kind of coach through that and find find something they feel really confident in. And those are some really monumental moments that we get to be a part of. And we are very honored. We don't take that lightly, that we want to create a very warm and friendly environment, so that maybe somebody who's a little intimidated by going to a regular boutique or doesn't feel like they fit in at the average boutique, or maybe they don't deem themselves a girly girl or whatever, they could still come in and find something for their special day.
You have a wealth of videos on your Facebook page, and you have a website. I know you like and respect men, of course, boys.
Absolutely.
But I'm guessing you see very few men or boys come into the shop, right?
You'd be surprised. I do have some grooms right now. We don't specialize in menswear. We do have a rack of tux jackets and pants and vests currently that were donated to us. But we see a little bit of everybody in here. Most of the guys like to head down to the pinball place, which is just down in the same strip. Or they like to go visit Nine House right next door and get some egg rolls. But we try to cater to whoever walks through our doors. And but yes, we primarily have more women's wear, dresses. We even have like mother of the bride, bridesmaid, prom, semi-formal, cruise wear, pageant wear, shoes and jewelry and that kind of thing. But every once in a while we get some guy stuff in as well.
Where did you get your prep? You're like one part celebrator, one part planner, one part prepper. Where do you get some of these work genes from? Where do you get your work ethic from?
That's a great question. Well, so my mom and I actually created our organization about 6.5 years ago. It'll be 7 years this August. We've always liked decorating. We've always liked celebrating. After my wedding, I had a ton of leftover decor, and my husband was working at a church that had a gal who was a foreign exchange student from Germany. And she had since graduated, went home, was coming back to the States to visit her family, her host family, and wanted a traditional American wedding and had no idea how to go about doing that. And her host family felt really bad that they didn't feel like they had adequate funds to do the traditional ceremony and reception. So we helped her with just what we had and little Dollar Tree things.
Was
and
she your first? Was she your first client?
She is that's what sparked the idea. They were so genuinely humble and grateful for the smallest of things. God planted a seed that day. We didn't think this, everybody kept asking, well, are you going to do this more? Are you going to do this more? And at that time, my mom and I were both working full time. She was a elementary school teacher for 33 years. And then I don't know, I do a slew of things. I was teaching therapeutic horseback riding lessons. I was also a theater major and working full time, also helping in the special education room at Homestead High School. So we didn't think that was going to really be a thing for us. We were busy, but then I got reacquainted with a childhood friend who her mother-in-law or future mother-in-law at the time was diagnosed with cancer, and they were moving everything up for the wedding. And so just going through that experience as well, I'm like, oh my gosh, what would you do when you thought you had a year and a half to plan and save, but then, the person you want to be there with you doesn't have that time. So how do you go through that? And so that, again, God knocked on our hearts. And then I had a best friend getting married. So it was finally time. Okay, let's give this a shot. We had no idea what we were doing. It was a shot in the dark. We just knew we had a passion for helping people. And we thought maybe there's some other individuals that just are a little lost in the process. Maybe they can't afford, or maybe there are some really crazy circumstances.
But now you are a veteran. Now, come on. I know you're humble and all that, but you are among, do you go to conventions and stuff like that? Seriously?
No, I'd love to actually. It's been a lot of trial and error of figuring out the way our ministry works and like how can we help people, but not we don't have everything under the sun. We don't have every single color. I don't know every fancy trend that's on time, right now, but I'm learning. And we have a great network of people in the special event industry in the Fort Wayne area that have been wonderful mentors. And again, it's just, we're always learning and evolving, seeing what's happening in the world right now. And sure, I would love to spend weeks and weeks.
I'm going to pass I'm going to pass the hat and get you to go to the wedding planning association convention. It's probably Las Vegas. Who knows where it is? Name the towns. I'm guessing Fort Wayne is first. Name the top 10 towns of where you see clients come from. And I'm going to hold you to it. Fort Wayne is number one. Fort Wayne is first, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of locals. We have had individuals from Kendallville, Warsaw, Syracuse, Hicksville, Ohio, some other places in Ohio. We've had some Michigan, Indy.
How about Huntertown?
We've had definitely some Huntertown peoples for sure. Definitely.
We're up to 7.
And everybody's on the outskirts. We've had Cherubusco, we've had Leo, we've had man, I'm trying to think. Butler.
Albion.
We've had, yes. We actually, there's a little venue in Albion that we absolutely love decorating at, actually. So we've had Walketville, we've had Rome City.
You have thank you for naming the towns. That's conducive because
Did I get 10? Did I get 10?
that shows your footprint, really, your ministry footprint. You have a space out back. We won't necessarily see it now, but what recommends the space out back?
So we have a little garden area back in the back. It doesn't look like much right now because it's off season, but it's been a labor of love. We have been diligently working, pouring hours and hours of weeding and planting to create a small space for intimate ceremonies, or like for a bridal shower, baby shower, birthday. But it can fit about 50 to 75 people. Yeah, and we've got 2 fountains back there. We've got a fire pit. We've got a tent, even tables and chairs. And we even have a package deal for somebody that maybe you don't want to bring your own decorations in. Maybe you just want a short and sweet thing. We can decorate it for you. You get it for 2 hours. We even have a little PA system if you want some music.
Do you have weddings there?
We have had weddings there. Yes, we have.
What is the hardest part of your try to be forthright? What is the hardest part of your work? I know it's a labor of love. I know you love it, you enjoy it, but there's got to be something that 10 years from now or 29 will drive you out of the
craziness. So right now we are volunteer driven. So we do not have any paid staff at this time, myself included. So this has been, almost 7 years of working on a volunteer salary. And then I'm also raising 2 little girls, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And so trying to balance everything, be a mama, but be a director, and then also help our volunteers. I mean, everyone's just donating their time, energy, and resources at this time. And so being able to balance all of that in a healthy way, but also continue to grow. Our organization has been a struggle because, again, I don't have a business background. I was a theater major.
Do you reach out and obtain the occasional grant?
That is definitely something on our list. So we don't have a grant writer currently. I did actually submit something small yesterday because it was a fairly easy application. Right now I'm juggling just a lot of duties of trying to run the day-to-day. And I would love to be able to devote some more time to developing and growing sustainably, because we have found a need in our community. And we weren't quite prepared for it, which is okay. But now we're kind of like, okay, there's a lot of people that need some help. How can we serve more people?
Heather Krempel, you are a whirlwind of ministry, of ministering Christ in Allen County to Indiana. You're reaching out to Indiana, blessing especially the women and ladies of Indiana. Yeah, I see why Indiana wants you and wants From This Day Forward. We could go on another 32 minutes. You've been a wonderful guest on Indiana Wants Me. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.